Ah! Yes!
Beautiful.
Hey, what's up, wonderful people? It's your boy, Kennard here, and we are back with another video, ladies and gentlemen. This week, we are reviewing, semi-talking, semi-discussing Monster Hunter Sunbreak, and I am joined by Barb, of course, so let's get right to it, shall we? Alright, folks. So, in this discussion of the week, we're just going to go over some, I guess, topics we like, things we don't like, and things we want to see, different stuff like that about Sunbreak. So I'll start this time since I always let everybody else start. So let me get some talking out of the way first. So for starters, I want to talk about the monsters, the new monsters, the additions. I think my favorite one so far. I won't spoil anything, so I'll keep it to, I guess, monsters we've seen in trailers and such. I think my favorite would have to be the Garen Golem. Now, its moveset is a bit boring. I will say that. Let's just get that out of the way. He doesn't do anything super, super crazy, except the one move where he throws you in the air and then claps you. And
I like where he rockets into the air with his fists, too.
See, I don't see that. And and I know you've spoken on it numerous times, so I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But I haven't seen that yet.
It's cool. He's got like rocket arm and just boosts him up in the air.
Is that what
I'm pretty sure he like slams down on you after it. So maybe you just are getting the chance.
Yes. I'm usually on the bottom end of things. That's why I don't see it. Okay, now it all makes sense.
It's pretty cool looking though.
There. Okay, so it has two moves. It has two moves. That are really, really cool. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite. And I say my least favorite, probably the Astalos, just because I've seen it in Monster Hunter Stories too, so it doesn't have that wow factor. That's the only reason why.
I get that. But the rainbow wings that you couldn't see in Stories too did make me like Astalos more.
Facts. I'm not saying it's like forgettable or something like that. I'm just speaking solely on like I've seen it before. So
it wasn't as
it's just like, oh, okay.
I gotcha.
It's pretty, but it's like I've seen this already. So yeah. How about you?
I mean, I have personally been really excited about pretty much every monster that they've put on here. I don't know. It's also hard for me to pick a least favorite, but for favorite, if we're going on ones we've seen in the trailer, it's definitely Luna Garen. I love the armor set. I love the weapons. I love the fight. Pretty much everything about that monster I love. And then I guess for least favorite, probably like one of the crabs. I just do we need so many crab monsters to fight? Yeah. I mean they're all right. It's just the ones that I probably want to fight the least, I think, of all the new monsters.
I will say while the crabs are pretty dull, Daimyo and Shogun. I'll speak on the Shogun specifically. Its move where it tosses you in the air and then kind of juggles you and then launches you again. That is pretty cool. And the fact that it does bleed, makes it pretty scary compared to the Daimyo, who's just legit a crab and just does crab moves. I can't remember off the top of my head if the Daimyo does the underground thing like the Shogun.
It's been so long since we fought it. I think it does.
Okay.
I think it just doesn't have bleed, but I could be wrong. We fought the Shogun so many times, and I feel like we fought the Daimyo like twice. It's like we did it, now we're done.
And I do want to bring up, because you brought it up, valid point, the armor sets for the Garen Golem. It's not all that. I definitely give it like a C+, if that maybe. It's just those skill slots are so godlike. So the armor set is definitely lacking where the monster is definitely packing. but my least favorite, what was it again? Astalos. Yes, its armor set is definitely far superior to the Garen Golem and weapons. True. So I will say it is winning in that category.
The Palico Garen Golem armor is maybe my favorite thing ever, though.
Absolutely, that is godlike. I actually saw
It's
someone else
great.
using that. So let's talk about the gameplay mechanic. They
Okay.
introduced a couple new ones. I'm not gonna really go over all of them because some are like I won't really necessarily call them mechanics. They're just like, oh, new rampage skills, which are essentially decorations,
Mhm.
but I don't even know really how to describe them. You can only use them on specific weapons. Correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong. So I wouldn't really call that a quote brand new mechanic, but I do want to elaborate on the new silk bond moves and how you can swap those bad
Mhm.
boys. I think that was a very solid addition.
Great.
the I'm going to speak on the hammer silk bond move specifically. While I don't remember what they're called by name, it took me a good solid amount of hours to really figure out the one where each spin does a different move because I could not figure out like what is the different move, like how am I doing something wrong. So I will say the silk bomb moves definitely has layers to them, and
Mhm.
once you figure that out and start incorporating it into your like normal attacks and combos, that damage output can be ridiculous.
I feel like I don't switch my skills enough. I usually stay with the one set, but I'm
Hmm.
trying to incorporate that more. I just really like the ones I have in my A set so much more.
Hmm.
Um, but I think it's such a good idea, and like I like that they made the switch skill things like a super move in the base game. Then they made it so that we can have more in each battle and more to each fight, so you can have multiple moves that you can get off.
Yes,
It
yes,
adds so much more variety.
definitely
Um,
expands on the combat
yeah,
for sure.
it adds so much and just it's great.
And I want to speak on if you I don't know what the skills are for Switch Axe. That's what you use, right?
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes.
I don't mean to go off topic here too much, but some of the skills, if you do the skill swap and then like press your attack button, that itself is a combo. I learned
Hmm.
that with the hammer the other day, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Some
I
other
do want
oh, go
to
ahead.
use some of the, yeah, sorry.
No, you
I
good. You good.
do like that they have the skills and stuff that have you like restore health if you swap your skills
Oh, I didn't know
or
that.
other things. Yeah, there was a dongo, I think it's one of the rotate in and out ones, but it was like you restore health whenever you switch
Oh, yes, the
between your switch
dongo.
skills.
I thought that
Yeah.
was an actual
Um
skill. Okay.
and there might be maybe it hasn't had it, but I think that's a really cool thing too, just a little extra like incentive to mess with it.
Absolutely. So, what do you think about the new follower request and the single player stuff? Well, not necessarily single player. This is continue on
Hmm.
with the quote gameplay mechanics. I don't know if you would call this a mechanic, but the addition to basically take an NPC out on hunts with you. How do you feel about those? Have you gotten to any of those?
I've done a couple. I've definitely focused more on multiplayer, but that was the same
Hmm.
for me in the base game. I did a fair bit of the village quests, but I don't think I ever even finished them.
Hmm.
Um, but I do really like the whole idea, and that each person has like different weapons and different skills they'll use, so they do different things in the battle. I
Hmm.
think it's really interesting, and it's a great way to get people to do more like single player solo stuff.
Hmm.
Um, because it's just not like, oh well, I'm just doing the same thing but by myself, you know.
Right, right. Kind of curious to see what the broad end game is for doing those outside of just
Hmm.
monster parts. But
Yeah, it is good rewards, I feel like, in those.
yeah, the one I did, I like I said, I got three rubies or something like that, three Raytheon
Yeah,
gems or something. It was kind of ridiculous.
I I know I got two beast gems doing one of them. I feel like you all you get good rewards, and like maybe you get more rare drops, or maybe we just got lucky. I'm not sure.
The RNG guys blessed us.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about the Palicos getting the huge buffs that I feel like really no one's talking about?
I love it. Like, I think I barely used Palicos in the base game. It
Dang.
didn't really seem worth it. I just like you had traversal was so nice. Now, granted, you don't get the sniff it out like they did give to the Palamutes, which is cool.
Which is
But
another new addition.
another new addition, which is great. But I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Palamute now after getting these new secret skills with the Palicos and stuff. They're so much more worth it to bring into battle. They do so much for you depending on what you do, and the fireworks are so fun.
So,
yep.
Let's talk about the areas. There's a couple new areas here. Well, we have the new base area, Elgato. I think I'm saying that right. And we have a new quote fighting area. I forget what it's called. The jungle.
We have the jungle and the citadel.
And the citadel. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Which I'm trying to remember. I feel like in Iceborne, did we only get the ice area added? Really? So it
was the ice area, and then that combination of all the areas.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so they did add 2 new areas. I was gonna say I felt like we got more in that way because we got 2 whole new areas in this.
And we might be getting another one.
I hope so. I love exploring new maps.
Yes. So the jungle, I believe, doesn't have any shortcuts like the previous maps areas. That's something to bring up here, people. This is where they introduce another feature here.
Yes.
What's it called again?
Oh, oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? Not raiding.
Basically, you can put your palicos in specific spots. We can't think of the name right now. We're not going to spend too much time on it.
No.
You can put your palicos in specific spots, and one time, you can fast travel there. Think of it as like a camp, basically, but you can only use it once. And you have to and you have to go out and find that spot. It's not on the map.
Which you had to do for the extra base camps, though, too.
Oh yeah, true. My bad.
I mean, I've used it a couple times, and it does help, especially not having the Palamute for fast traversal. Being able to use it once is kind of a bummer, but I feel like it's very rare that I need it more than once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've even run into it where I've needed it more than once.
Well, aren't you a confident one? You just never get carded, huh? All right. I'm just playing.
Well, normally you go back to camp.
Right.
And I mean, it might not even be near where you want to go.
Right.
But it has worked out several times when, like, you were riding a monster to go get another monster, and I was way behind you. I fast traveled there and was able to meet you, like, right as you were doing it, instead of being, like, 5 miles behind you.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, you'll have a stink mink or something anyway, so you'll be going to another monster that's on the map. By the way, folks, a stink mink is a field helper, we'll just call it that you can pick up, and you'll spray yourself with pheromones, and then once you go near a monster, it'll you'll get the aggro, and it'll follow you, and you can use that to mount another monster, and it's just fantastic. But anyway, folks, this video is starting to get a little long, so we're going to talk about one last topic, and then we're going to let you go here. So give me a couple monsters, a couple features, anything like that you want to see in the future. Go.
I want more. I mean, I'm sure they're going to add them, but I want more event quests with, like, armor types, more cross-ends with, like, other games.
Crossovers, right, yep.
Crossovers, yeah. I want that. I feel like they did add some new armor options with different side quests, but it's not nearly as much as there was in, like, Iceborne or World. So I want more. And I'd like more switch skills, too. Now that I've kind of gotten into switching them, I want more so I can make more different loadouts as well. I'm hoping there's more that we can unlock with those.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, feature-wise, honestly, I'm pretty good. Off of what you said, kind of piggybacking off of that, event quests, of course, more crossovers, because those are always beautiful. Layered armor. Seasonal event quests, to be super specific. I love the seasonal stuff. Give me the Christmas stuff, give me the Halloween stuff, give me the fall stuff, all of it. I'd love that stuff. I'm a sucker for it. That will get all of my attention no matter what game I'm playing. Capcom, if you're listening, that's the one thing you could take home. Monster wise, please add the Nergigante specifically. Nergigante. Oh, okay. Just keep it just more Elder Dragons. I'll just keep it broad. Keep more Elders. I think we have too many.
More Elders.
capture monsters. I need more risk. I need these elders that you can't cap because everybody caps these days. More elders. But other than that, folks,
Agreed.
thank you all for viewing. This has been great. I can talk Monster Hunter all day and night, but I'm not going to do that to you this evening. I hope this video finds you all well out there, whatever you're doing, or whatever device you're using. Kennard, and this is Barb, and we are out. Thank you all again.
Bye.
Like and share, please.